for Liberia, it is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
When you're feeling down and out and there's nowhere to turn, Voice of Liberia is your best companion.
No matter what knocks you down in life, never give up. Did you get me well? No matter what knocked you down in life, never give up. Great blessings are the results of great perseverance. Integrity gives you freedom because you have nothing to fear since you have nothing to hide. No matter how educated, talented you are, how you treat people ultimately tells all. Integrity is everything. Good evening, folks, and welcome to the program Issues of Today, right here on Voice of Liberia 104.1, coming to you from Capital Bypass in Monrovia. Today is the 1st of April, May. And someone said, what is it you're doing? The 1st of May, 2023, as we move towards elections in Liberia, we have few more months. Politicians. And today I want to remind you about the prophecy made on July 3rd, 1983 by the late Mother Douglas. And it's always good to bring you such, make you to retrospect a little bit about things happened in the past. But whatever, great thing to be back here tonight on the show, Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia. My name is Sekou. And yes, indeed, with the blessing of my mother, I'm going to take you up to 9 o'clock tonight on the show. My name is Sekou Sharif. What you're doing tonight, invite someone to listen as we bring you the prophecy made in 1983 by the late Mother Douglas. What did she say? And the late Mother Douglas said, and I quote, "Joe will be overthrown and there will be a bloodshed. A tyrannical leader will come from the north, but will be booted out. There will be bloodshed and massive destruction again, more than the first one. A woman will succeed him. There will be hardship during her regime. After her regime as a leader will emerge from the south. He will be overlooked and condemned, but will be loved by the ordinary people. It is under him that the country will prosper. People will wonder whether there has ever been a civil war in Liberia. The generation that will witness his presidency will prosper. There will be total enjoyment in the land. He will be God's choice. And after him, there will be no more war in Liberia. Liberia will forever be prosperous. I may not be around to see this, but But God has told me, and his words never fail. The late Mother Dukley, then in July 3rd, 1983, she made this prophecy when you and I were no longer around, or were not even around. And so I want to remind you, for those of you of the Christian faith, for those of you of the Muslim faith, for those of you of whatsoever faith you've got, this is what the Lord has said, and it has come to pass. Good evening, Liberia. It feels good to be here tonight as I gave you what's on the menu for tonight's edition of the program, Issues of Today, here on Voice of Liberia. Opposition politicians are now moving with lies to Liberians in order to deceive the uneducated voters to vote them in power. At the end result, they enrich themselves at the detriment of the Liberian people. On today's edition of the program at 8, tonight, Honorable Regina Panangbe, head of lottery, will be my guest on the program. We will discuss his achievements so far since he has assumed office as head, and how does his workings along with the PAPD. We will also dig deep into the deliverables, successes, achievements, and developments of President George Weah, and reason for his re-election come October in this year. Nangbe will also share his thoughts on the Unity Party pick. So you don't want to miss it. Before his appearance, we will dig deep into the opposition, starting with our Unity Party, Joe Bwaka, and his recent pick that has a direct reflection of warlord Prince Johnson. And so you don't want to miss it tonight on the program. You don't want to miss this. You want to invite someone to listen. As a matter of fact, we're going to dig deep into lots of issues here tonight. And so we're going to be taking step after another, phase by phase, moving into the issues, educating Liberians as we move towards the October elections. And certainly Liberia will certainly progress as a continuous toll. We want to say thank you to Liberians for maintaining the peace. No matter what we do, we need to maintain the peace of our country, Liberia. We can disagree to agree, but we should not go back to the butchers. Democratically elected government is what we continue to enjoy under the stewardship of President George Weah. My name is Sekou Sharif. Good evening, folks. And I want to say thank you for those of you just joining us. And it feels good, to return after a month plus of the radio, been moving on lots of issues. And the holy month of Ramadan came, being a respecter of my faith, and I decided to keep off the radio so that I could observe the holy month of Ramadan. And here we're back. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that have reached out. Some of you asked why I say we're not on the radio, and some of you wanted to know whether there were problems, and we want to say we're very grateful to every one of you concerns that you raised or maybe reached out to us, trying to know how we're faring, what's going on. Okay, today we're back, and we're going to be here like we usually do every evening. We come to talk about what matters to the people of Liberia, bringing what are the important issues, educating them, making them to know about the important matters in our country. So it is something that very important that we all, as Liberians, we need to do for our country, no matter what the issues are. So today, like we said, at 8 o'clock, we've announced our guest to you. We're going to have him here tonight to talk more about lottery, one of the government institutions. Moving on, then we'll go on and talk about successes of the government. Lots more things happening. He's going to tell us more about that. But as we move towards the elections, most of the things that will happen now will be mainly focused on, elections activities. What's all of the different political institutions will be doing, how they intend to do them, what they tend to tell the people of Liberia. But we are here to straighten all of the contradictions, putting them in the right perspective for the Liberian people so they can know what it is and what the folks are coming with, what is saying to them, if it is the right thing. So tonight, okay. So tonight, we're going to focus mainly on one of the opposition political parties in the country. One of the opposition political parties in the country, the very first one, one Monday on is that. Okay, so there's been lots of things happening when we're off the radio. I can remember someone called me and said, "Did you follow the U.S. ambassador press statement or his release or whatsoever?" And they were trying to get my thoughts about it, and I took upon my time to at least give a look into it, and I said to myself, news of such is never belated, is never old. It is always important so that we ourselves can provide our own analysis about it. So there are a few things I want to say about that. And one thing I've observed, and I think it is out of respect, and that respect should also be returned in the way the folks from the U.S. Embassy, particularly the U.S. Ambassador, Michael McCarthy. They have ways in which people channel their issues diplomatically. Diplomats don't bring things in the public the way we see the U.S. ambassador continues to do it. He's more of combative in terms of making things to look bad on the part of the government. And I think there were some missteps on the part of the U.S. ambassador. In as much, we allow free speech. People will come and say what they want to say, which is good. And then, but it is also prudent enough to know how you put out information for public consumption. The recent trip by the U.S. ambassador, I think it was a good trip he made to have seen some of the things for himself. But the way in which he did it in terms of making it to look like, we journalists, like a reporter, where you've gone to come and report so hurriedly to the audience, I think that was not good on the part of the U.S. ambassador. This is a democratically elected government, and there should be some level of respect as to how diplomats you handle issues with a democratically elected government. That we need to be very clear about. When you saw whatsoever you saw, I think it is just the similar thing we do in investigation. You always try to get all sides of it, but I think due diligence was not done by the ambassador. For what reason? He was so quick to come up with information that lacked the actual, substance in sense of the facts. Now, if you look at what the U.S. ambassador said, you will say it is an allegation because there are no facts to authenticate all the things he said, about the government. But, quote unquote, we Liberians, we believe and respect and honor the U.S. to the extent whenever they say anything, we want to accept it. We don't even want to look in their faces and tell them, no, this cannot be our country. This cannot be this way. So now you saw what happened, and I think the government, through the Ministry of Finance, they were quick to come up with that of the Ministry of, Health. They were quick to come up and give a clear, stuff to what the ambassador came up. He said whatsoever. I think that was very prudent, and I don't think the ambassador should be proceeding. Someone said the ambassador is more of the opposition than what he should do. But we'll take more time on that issue. We have too many things to talk about the opposition, so we don't want to, waste all of our time. Over the weekend, but before, you had the Unity Party, you had the separated Liberty Party, and you have the handful ALP. And the reason why I say handful ALP has not shown any strength in any elections to show that the serious political party. They are not a serious political party. Okay. They were in a marriage. But before they had a split in the Liberty Party, most of you, they had the thing called CPP. And in that CPP, you had Mr. Alexander Cummings, who's from ANC. You have handful ALP. You had the Liberty Party. You had Unity Party. So the four opposition political parties, they entered a marriage with the sole intent to remove the government come elections. So I said this, and I saw this coming from a distance. Looking at all the players that came together and said that, they will redeem this country, they seek the interests of the people and all of that. We will take time on one of our presentations to explain and make the Liberian people understand about all the individuals, the major political figures in our country, looking at their contributions, and so you can know them better. So they came together with the sole intent to have a collaboration. But because they all have their personal interest over the interest of Liberia and Liberians, they could not hold. You know the story. So Musa Bility had his own side of the cake in which who he wanted to support. And you had Yombli Kaga Lawrence felt that she could become a vice president of this country called Liberia. Listen, Yombli Kaga Lawrence, of all persons, felt that she could become a vice president, even though Unity Party with the current political leader cannot win elections in Liberia, but at least that could elevate her political or career, in the sense that she would tell someone that I once contested on the Unity Party ticket and I contested for the position as vice president of Liberia. And so they had that split. And Yombli head was so filled to the extent that she could become the next vice president on the ticket of Unity Party. So they had this issue about the court, and currently they're in the court, and they could not, up to present, reach to a conclusive conclusion. And I want to do this discussion in context and in phases so that the common person there will know exactly what we are saying, we understand what we are saying, and we know exactly that those of the people. And someone said I should extend this to say the empty shell Joe Boaka that want to say to Liberians that they are the rescuer. They are even the worst of all. Yes, it. For all that happened to Yombli Kaga Lawrence, either good or bad, they were done because of her support to Joe Boaka. In the process, they were done because of Joe Boaka, because she felt and she was promised and believed within herself that she could be a vice president of this beloved country of ours. So she could go any extra mile to get what she was promised. And hopes were built. Trust were being strengthened. And the cards were being played. At the mean date, without the other people being in know or whatsoever, Joe Boaka turned. So let me start with this analysis, and then we will move, and you will get to understand exactly where we are moving, and you will get to know the individual in which, the intent of which they've gone to the extent and selected Jeremiah Kum. One thing that Joe Boaka, and I've tend to believe that old age is a sickness and a problem by itself. What do I mean? When we had the elections in Liberia 2017, the then speaker later became the vice running mate to Ambassador Boaka. You all know the story, open story. We were informed that slot, it was being purchased by the former speaker, Emmanuel Nukwe. No one knew, no one saw the pic of Emmanuel Nukwe in 2017. Mind you, Emmanuel Nukwe was Ways, Means, Finance at the House of Representatives. He became the Speaker of the House of Representatives. So, he had money. He paid money and he got the slot. From 2017 up to 2023, listen, these people are making mockery out of you Liberians, particularly people like Joe Boaka. From 2017 up to 2023, somebody that said they understand the problems of Liberians. They understand the constraints the people of this country they face, which they claimed, could not get his running mate from 2017 to 2023. Listen, I'm not saying Joe needed to take his running mate right after, but that running mate should have been in the mind of Joe Boaka even before 2023. I hope the people are getting the logic I'm trying to put. Somebody that claims to know the problems the people faced. He claims that he has the solution. He's the rescuer of what he feels or he claims has happened in our country. He has come to rescue. Could not have had someone that he knows has the similar idea of what he thinks of the country from 2017 up to 2023, but Joe Boaka of late had the mindset to give, or had the means to give people the hope that they could become his vice running mate. That suggests to you, even Joe Boaka is not prepared. You cannot be prepared to lead a country. You see, some of the things that Unity Party and the opposition would do could give a clear picture that they are unserious than the way they want to portray themselves to be serious. You saw what the CDC did? CDC had a clear understanding. We're going to enter a marriage, but the head will come from this place because they knew that CDC had the strength. And President Weah at the time, Senator Weah was the one that the people wanted. So the only thing they could do, sometimes in politics, you look at the numbers and you don't go into too many things. You know the strength of people. They said, Ambassador Weah would be the head of the ticket, and the head of the ticket has the sole authority to do what? To appoint his running mate within the marriage. But Joe Boakai, from 2017 up to present, could not have had who he wanted to run along with. He had to give hope to Yombli, give hope to another person. And at the end of the day, he did what he knows how to do best. A betrayal, where he betrayed the trust of the people that stood with him. That is one aspect. Let's leave it. Let's move on. Like I said, there are too many things we're going to talk about. I hope you've seen it already. And so, let's move on to the pick of Jeremiah Kuhn as the vice tender bearer of Unity Party. And this is it, fellow Liberians. And this is where I'm going to be very strong on some of my words. And I'm going to have no regret for the words we're going to use on those individuals we're going to discuss. Joe Boakai from the Unity Party went ahead selected Kuhn. Now, Jeremiah Kuhn is a direct reflection of the warlord Prince Johnson. He comes from the warlord political party. And so what that means, it means it is Prince Johnson that he has been able to pick, in a sense, that if he wins, which is not possible, if he wins, Prince Johnson gonna be the senator. If he wins in Nimba, he's gonna be the vice president in disguise, and he's gonna run this country. There are things that I think Liberians are not willing and they are not prepared for. This is not about being divisive, but this is what you need to know about what transpired between citizens of Nimba and citizens of Grand Jida County. Oh yes, you need to know. You need to know. You need to know about what transpired the two counties, citizens, where the folks from Grand Jida still have some serious issues with the folks from Nimba County. You all know, you've been in Liberia, what Prince Johnson did, how he did what he did. someone that killed a sitting president. Then when they all want to talk it, then some people say, oh, let bygone be bygone. No. It is always important to remind the people about what they've done to our country. Where we are today, people like Prince Johnson are responsible. If Liberia was a country, people like Prince Johnson would not speak in this country. What lesson can anyone learn from someone that has killed a sitting president? What lesson can anyone learn from people like Prince Johnson? So now, Joe Boakai is not a unifier. He doesn't care about how Grenadians feel about what he picks. He doesn't care whether the folks from Grenada or some other parts of the country, if he becomes president, which is not possible, how they think about his government. He doesn't see them in his decision making. He doesn't care about how Grenadians will feel. I'm picking someone from a country where there has been no rest of peace between the two countries. And the very same people that committed or that created some of the problems, they stay alive. And they are the ones that are making the suggestions, and the suggestions are being accepted by Joe Boakai that wants to lead this country in the wrong direction. No, nobody wants to say, oh, you want to separate, you want to divide the people. But it is also important that we say these things. Let the people know. Liberians need to know. You don't want to have a leader where he doesn't care about how the people think or what his decision will do to the people. And so they went ahead to pick Jeremiah Kun, right? And so Jeremiah Kun has been picked to oh God get patient, yeah. Go get patient. Jeremiah Kun, all that vast in the borough. Anyway, Unity Party, the man with the more mad till the day. That had it running you. When you get mad, you take the day. You get mad. I just see you'll be adding your darn Unity partisan. You want any B position you pay. You don't pay, you don't get it. Any B position you want in Unity Party, you pay, you don't pay, you don't get it. So you see, Yombly is a living victim. She knows how she feels now. She will be vice president beyond Grand Bassa County. I play will go be you vice president. Yeah, Paula Barton. People that want to be vice president. Joe Boakai that made fun all of them. Fine. Yeah. Okay. First of all, you need to know the person in which that has been picked by Joe Boakai. But before going to him, let us give you the root of where he comes from. It is an open secret that this is the choice and it is the workings of warlord Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson that has won and done. You know, let me be honest. At times, I want to speak to the conscience of the people of Nimba County. You people are very, very serious-minded people. it is just about time to say to Prince Johnson that enough is enough, that he should stop using the people of Nimba as a tools to achieve whatsoever he wants to achieve. Now, this is what the Prince is doing to you people in Nimba County. Prince feels that he will use you to get what he wants to get on the national scene. He uses Nimba County as his personal property, as if to say, there is something, if Prince say, today this is what should happen in Nimba, it is what they're going to happen. I know you people of Nimba, that time has passed. And you need to make example and teach Prince Johnson some sense for the upcoming election. Make Liberians and the world to know that Prince Johnson is not like the way he used to be, because he's making business out of you people in Nimba County. He comes and he sits on the table. He seeks his personal interest over the interests of the citizens of Nimba County. Where Prince Johnson demands were to be met. But now, Prince Johnson is still with the CDC. He could not see anything wrong. But this is the same Prince Johnson man, we're going to play you the audio, where he blasted on Joe Boakai for his ungrateful attitude towards President Weah. How can this man be taken serious? Is this man that going to tell the people, say, oh, we told the people to vote for Joe Weah, but Joe Weah did not do what he's supposed to do? He has the ghost. What face he has. And this is what most of you need to know. Sometimes we will teach civics education here. Let people understand the three branches of government and their functions. People like Prince Johnson, if Liberia is not better, they are some of the problems. Because they are in the legislature. Prince Johnson has never seen anything bad about this government, only lately because of his personal interest. Listen, there's a man that takes his interest over the interest of the people of Nimba County. Yesterday, people in Nimba want to see Prince Johnson as a serious man. How can he even address this issue, telling people not to vote for George Weah? What can he say to people? But let me play you what Prince Johnson said about Joe Boakai. Listen to what he said about Joe Boakai. Listen to this. Listen to this. We're getting an echo. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. So we need to have it so. So we want to get that. So you will listen. Where he, the Prince Johnson, he himself.
I am not talking to you. Because.
No, get so. He himself admitted about the ungrateful nature of Joe Boakai. How he said, no one said it for him. How he said, it is the president that did all. Toss Prince Johnson too. Papa can toss some PBT in some town. Open all on him, man, like that. So you never knew that you could go back, or maybe your cat when you're playing, pay for play, right? Once you gave Prince Johnson assurance, they meant the whole thing is about war crimes code. Once you gave Prince Johnson assurance that, oh yeah, we'll not bring war crimes code, we'll not do this, he feels okay. So he feels much more okay. Right? So let me go to Jeremiah Kun as we prepare that audio. I want you to listen to that audio and I'll give you some other information. I'm saying these things because I want you to know the people, they are playing on the intelligence of Liberians. How come people like Prince Johnson will come at this time and say this government or President Weah is bad? They want to have a change. How come? He said, oh, because the government's about to get Nima Kante money, they're not getting Nima Kante money. It is all because of his request has not been met. Joe Boakai claims to be a very decent, corruption-free, and then he's a person that loves transparency. But see what he has done to himself. We have reports in our possession about his vast tender bearer, Jeremiah Kun. They say when the Christmas is good, you will know from the eve. When the Christmas is good, you will get to know from the eve. You will see how it will be. So Jeremiah Kun was elected as representative in Nimba County District number 1. And the political party he got elected on was the National Union for Democratic Progress. That was in 2011. Fellow Liberians, you need to listen though. When he got elected, he served on committees. He was a member on the Commerce and Industrial, Youth and Sports, Resettlement, Repatriation, Relief, and Readjustment, Contracts, Public Procurement Commission, Joint Legislative Modernization Office, ground floor at the area where they had the stove and everything. That was the committees when he got elected. He won. And the lady that came close to him was Eddie Gonglo Ray from the collaborating political party, that is CPP. So he got elected to the Liberian Senate. He co-chairs the Senate's Ways, Means, Finance, and Budget Committee. Listen, did you get me that Emmanuel Nukwe came from Ways, Means, and Finance, and he was elected by Joe Boakai? And then Olomeye co-chair Ways, Means, and Finance, and he was handpicked. Last minute to town. So I'm trying to say to you that Joe Boakai, what he does is about money. Once he doesn't go for maybe what the qualification or what the man can bring on the table, what he stands for. Is he the person that needs to come to what I want to achieve? He doesn't care about that though. He doesn't care about that. All he cares about is what he benefits as an individual. So, the ARET 2022 Legislative Performance Monitoring Report. Listen, when you bring people on the board, before you bring people, you should scrutinize them to know who they are, what they've done, what they're capable of doing, how can they deliver. But Jeremiah Kun, that has not even done well at the Liberian Senate. Let's talk about the House of Representatives. Listen, this is not what I am saying, but I'm quoting what the 2022 report, ARET report, is saying. It says, Jeremiah Kun from the MRD was not frequent in plenary's participation and scored low mark, like F. He got F. And part of the entire time, he was only seen 36 times at work in 2022. This is a man that Joe Boakai picked to be a vice president for him. Now, these are things that count. You don't take on serious people to make them vice president. You don't take on serious people like Jeremiah Kuhn. We're not on bluff boss P yet. And we're talking about country, Liberia. We're talking about governance. Or men that in the Liberian Senate that cannot even perform. Or men that has not done well. You take that type of person, and I'll give you all the record of the current vice president when she was in the Liberian Senate. She did well. She was one of the good persons in the Senate. So you take this domain and you're making your vice president. In 2021, the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, they released that report. And that report was an investigation done. And they reported that millions of dollars to the privately owned institution of Jeremiah. Look, listen to me. Listen to the man that Joe Boakai took. Then Joe Boakai said he's corruption free. You made him a president. The man take a vice president that is that okay, very good. I'm getting some classified information. Hey, Yahweh, let me finish this one here. Right? You've not gone to the presidency, Joe Boakai. You've not gone there. But you've started to pick corrupt people to serve you. Number one, you cannot say you are corruption free and your vice president is always into corruption. Now, Center, they are reputable institutions that their reports are followed by international partners. They're reporting that in 2021, Jeremiah Kuhn, your vice president, for your own party, allocated the Liberian people money. The money that they're supposed to use to build hospitals in Bokondile, to build more roads, like what the government is doing, to pay school fees, like what the president has done and continue to do about wire fees. The man diverted that money to his personal, a private institution. This is the man that Joe Boakai took to be his vice standard bearer. And this man speaks of, being corruption free. How can you be corruption free? Your vice president a corrupt man. That man was involved into massive corruption. They may, according to the report, and I will take that report, I will read that entire report to you. The report said between 2012 to 2021, imagine 2012 to 2021, Jeremiah Kuhn received nearly $1 million United States dollars to run his privately owned hospital, the Esther and Gadlin Hospital in Nimba County. Hey, fellow Liberians, what have we done to people like Jeremiah Kuhn? They use us to enrich themselves, and they make us to look like slaves to them, and they want to speak about other people corruption. They use the hustle rep. They take this kind of take this domain called Jeremiah Kuhn, made him to be vice president. They may will sell the country. Jeremiah Kuhn will sell this country. You take Jeremiah Kuhn, made him vice president. He will sell the country. Imagine the boy is a lawmaker and the boy was brave enough to have stolen millions of dollars from the Liberian people. And you won't go take him, you want to take him and say, you go make him a vice president. Small thing. But this is what is coming from a very close source, a very unpitchable source from the ALP. I'm told ALP hinted that PYJ demands to Bwaka, which Ure and others, they rejected. Yeah, a few of them. PYJ, the warlord, said to Bwaka that UP should not put candidate against him in Nimba County. And so in that meeting, Ure and others, they resisted that Eddie Gonglo Rare, she has sacrificed her life for UP to be abandoned, in that way because Kuhn defeated her narrowly. So that means, Bwaka did not listen. Bwaka is not listening, man. The old man can listen. The old man doesn't care. He's not the listening leader. No. He's not that type of leader that listens. So Ure and the legs of other, when Warlord Prince Johnson brought all these requests that Unity Party should not put candidate against him in Nimba, the other folks said, no, we can do that. We can accept. And you will not say we can put candidate against you. No, we need to do it because we have Eddie Gonglo Ware that has been there. In fact, Jeremiah Kunja won horse narrowly. So we think that with this time, she could come and become victorious. Because, mind you, they should not be about Prince Johnson. It should be about Kuhn. But to tell you that Kuhn is just on the surface, but this is Prince Johnson workings. And Kuhn just there for the name. And you know the time why early in this country, how Raul Sally was the darling boy? That is the same game. So the second thing, they said, so when the guys told Bwaka, they said, we can do it. Bwaka did not listen. Because they pay for play, and the money was all into it. The next thing, the establishment of War and Economic Crimes Court. Prince Johnson said it should not be prioritized by the UP government. So, they went ahead. He said the running mate should come from Nimba County. Joe Bwaka accepted. He said key governmental positions should be allotted to citizens of Nimba. Ure and others, they resisted this because, but Bwaka went ahead. He started holding secret meetings, discussions with PYJ. And that is the reason why PYJ announced even before, Bwaka could come up and announce rescue 2. So, how can you keep people that you've been with for a number of years and you don't listen to them few meanings and go listen to one world law that just wants to seek his personal interest because he doesn't want the establishment of war and an economic crimes code in this country, as if to say he will go unpunished for what he has done to our country? What some of us or other people are going through today, it is because of what people like Prince Johnson did to our country, and they will pay for it. No matter what he does, how he do it, how he defends it, he will pay for it at the appropriate time. So now, they pick him, Jeremiah Kun. Is this a ticket that can bring the resolution to you? We don't pray for this. But I'm not sure Liberians want to go for elections, for presidential election more than 2 times in a particular year. And this is the same thing that the U.S. Government accused Prince Johnson for pay for play. This is what he does. This is what he does. Pay for play. So, I'm reliably told that Joe Bwaka has multiple blood clots in his system. Multiple. I'm saying one. We don't pray for bad things, sickness that thing that can hold people. But at times, old age has its own way to treat people. So, you have a man like Prince Johnson that went and killed a healthy sitting president. What about you, Joe, that not even well? For Prince then to gang against you will be very easy. Very easy. You think Liberians wanting to go back to that thing? Where we have election for presidency, then in a scene here again, we're talking about state funeral. Now, let me tell you something. I don't blame the people that put Joe Bwaka. I blame his family members. If Joe was my father, there are things I would advise Joe not to do. You can't allow people to keep pushing you until they see you in your grave. Now, this thing now, Joe himself is helping himself, to where he should not be. How come health-wise you are not strong? Then you take war law to be your vice president. Because that Prince Johnson, though, Jeremiah Kun just there for the surface. That Prince Johnson. Then you take Prince Johnson, you put him to be your vice president. And it's going to be as easy as anything to have you succumb to whatsoever people like Prince will want to do to you. But sometimes too, this thing here, there's something called grace. When God's grace is upon you, God does things in the miracle fraction. This I'm gonna tell you what is grace in the Holy Quran, and also what is grace in the Bible. And this is the grace that is upon President George Weah that will continue to push these people to do what most often they will do, and it looks very stupid, and it is not something that one could reason. Because anyone, they will tell you, they say, oh, Joe Bwaka will tell Jeremiah Kun. You say, la la. So, when God's grace is upon you, you are destined, you walk in favor. Your life pick up speed and you do uncommon things. And it is the grace that is upon George Weah that is making these guys to do what they're doing to themselves and think say they're doing it to President George Weah. You go look at men like Kun. I'm told the man went to Eden Snow. Is it Eden Snow might be a running man? Eden Snow to that smart man. Eden Snow won't be campaign chair for George Weah. So how you go do that one day? It means we are. Because the men know when he said that Joe Barker will not win election here. The time for you to be president and pass. You can't be president in Liberia again. That time and pass. Here's what the Quran, in the Quran, Surah 2, Anwa, it says, "Oh, you who have believed, do not follow the footsteps of Satan, or who follows the footsteps of Satan, indeed, he enjoys immorality and wandering. And if not for the favor of Allah upon you and his mercy, not one of you will have been pure ever, but Allah purifies whom he wills." So, when the grace is upon you, Allah purifies you. And so, George Weah, as the president of Liberia, has been purified by Allah. So that's the reason why the ones then that call themselves politicians who continue to do things that could give a better chance to the re-elections of George Weah as the president of this country. Oh yes, grace. When grace is upon you, it is very good than anything. Then you have, see the people, the opposition, the right, they got to do it to maintain the, to keep the ball rolling. Joe Barker will become president. Let me go to the lines and listen to you. We're deep into it. Let me take your participation here tonight, and I want you to speak to the issues. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. And the worst thing and the thing about it here is this scene Prince Johnson man has said the worst things about Joe, how Joe is ungrateful. Hello? I hope I'm answering this call the right way. This is it? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, good evening.
How do you?
Yes, go ahead.
You got a they give you money to pay a hot tower?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Y'all not be thinking about Joe Barker Hef. Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good evening. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Stephen B. calling from part of Liberia. I just want to hear from you. You are in studio talking about Jeremiah Coon. And
which part of Liberia you are calling from?
If you have a
which part of Liberia you are calling from, sir?
I'm calling directly from Maigibi.
Maigibi. Which part of Maigibi?
I'm from Wong.
Okay, Wong. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, I just want to ask you if you know that Jeremiah Coon was corrupted. Why should he be qualified to be a running mate of?
That is the question we need to be asking Joe Barker, because Joe Barker claims to be or independent or claim man, but a report. Now, I mean saying that a report from credible institutions that that man stole millions of dollars diverted into his personal use.
Yes, but what I just want to tell you, we are Liberian. I will not say I am Liberian. We have fortified him. We will not like to be convinced by anybody.
Okay, very good. But you can't be convinced by people that will be stealing and everything. You should not go for them. Hello? Good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you. My name is Sheikh Biggin Jr. and I joined from District 12 as usual, my brother. Thank you for your important analysis. As much our country is dying on a daily basis, under the leadership of George Weah, you have nothing to say about it.
So you want to point out where in which you think it is dying? Can a country die?
Exactly so.
First of all, listener, can a country die?
The country is dying gradually.
I'm asking you, is it you getting yourself well? Can a country die?
Can a country die? Under a bad leadership, the country can die.
No, you're not coming to. Hello? A country cannot die. Yeah, hello? Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
Yes, let's hear you, my brother.
Yeah, my brother, you know, it's my first time going on your show, man. Saying left from the other station.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
No, I know I admire you very well, but you know what I got to check. You know, we the Liberian people, they election, we need to think fast.
Yeah, my brother. We need to think fast.
We need to think fast.
Yeah, people that Joe Walker, they're not ready. They just bringing scheming things.
When you can see Jeremiah Kune, I go talking about rescue 1, rescue 2. You know what I can therefore I say? I love the knee because the knee is very interesting.
Yeah.
I can tell the university before. I say I love the knee. The knee is interesting. But that way, I call the election day will tell us. And one of the other call I can say.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let me take another person. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, good evening, my sister. Let's hear you.
My name is Hawa Kamara, calling from District 4.
Go ahead, Hawa.
So we have already made up our mind. People to go on air to tell us whatever they think they can see. We made up our mind. We're going for Waka. So we tired with the story.
Okay, you going for Bwaka, eh? You won't get president who will die in the city. Me, I'm praying. I know say that, Papi. Good evening.
I stopped listening to you for a while.
Good evening. Who's this?
This is Emmanuel Smith.
Okay, Emmanuel Smith.
And I'm phoning from District 6. You got me laughing this evening. And your propaganda is the most weak and
what is it? Hello,
propaganda.
Emmanuel. Emmanuel,
Yeah.
let me ask you. You said you stopped listening to me. Wait, let me ask you. You said propaganda.
For every time I talk to your platform, I can hear you. What I mean.
You said propaganda. No, my man. Then you didn't listen. You said propaganda.
I said your propaganda is.
Oh, you say what we're saying is propaganda.
Let me get let me talk, my man. You want
Because
to talk on the show? Just tell me. Oh, let me lead the line.
Okay, lead the line, my brother. Lead the line. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sekou. This is Emmanuel Richardson, and I joined the conversation from Upper Carwell.
Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, most of our people in Liberia, they don't even know what they want. Now, if somebody would claim that Liberia have been destroyed under President Weah and his legs, since President Weah won election 2017, Senator Kuhn and Senator Prince Johnson have been with President Weah making decisions for Liberia.
Yes.
The very Liberia that you people claim that going down the drain, the very people that you're running around with today were the people who were sitting on the table that were making decisions for Liberia. Then you take one of them, you go take one CDC man, then you making a vast running mate to you barely 6 months to election. What the change are you bringing here?
Yeah.
What is the change?
So to tell you from 2017, listen, brother, from 2017 up to 2023, Joe Walker did not know who he wanted to use as his running mate. Is that a serious person?
All right, then you jump in with CDC, the very people who you said that they destroy Liberia, you go take one of them for them, you say you made them running mate, and people can say rescue one, rescue two. Look, for us, we are prepared to go to the election as far as we're concerned. Senator Johnson and Senator Prince Johnson, they are all citizens. They have been supporting the regime. So
no, let me tell you, Prince Johnson are one of the unserious politicians, like brother. So what they going to tell the people now? So why you going to say that? The government didn't.
No, you're going to tell Liberian people that everything he was saying against against Joseph Boakai and everything he did with Joe Weah, he was joking. They very no. Liberia, in fact, Prince Johnson, even accused Jeremiah who have been greedy and corrupt. He accused them very man.
Yeah.
Then today, I was
My man, the teen and wild girl coming bring us. Hey, me, anybody you get anything on me to you, but do your own too. Hello? Go ahead. No, your time finished. Shag, you're talking all kinds of tapata. This show, yeah, we restricted this show now, brother. You tell what you're supposed to tell you wait. Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, we restrict this show. It not be open like that. Go ahead, my brother. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Sekou. My name is Junior F. Gabriel, and I do join you from my residence Oakland District number 4. I'd like to express my disappointment in your 4-year analysis this evening.
Okay,
Sekou,
thank you.
Let me say this. You are not God to determine life of somebody.
Hey, man, my man, listen to me. Listen. Oh, you can listen to me now. I'll cut you off. I'm the host of the show. I said, listen, I want to tell you, I did not pray for the death of Ambassador Buak. I would never do it. Then you want to tell me, say, listen, now your show, yeah? Hello?
Yeah, Sekou.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Thank you, Gui. And I'm happy to hear from you again. You're welcome down the show.
That my brother, yo, from ANC.
Your brother always be your brother.
Oh, no, you my brother. Go ahead, yo.
Yeah, come in. Thank you. I'm happy to hear from you. You know, Sekou, on a most serious note, for me, I'm not disappointed in Baga choice. Baga not the honest old man, people clean in age. Baga always there, did it die, trying to play on a segment. Because, the people feel like we're gullible.
Yes.
And there's no way that, even if we all agree that we are not doing well, we cannot go back to EJ, right? We just go back to EJ. It doesn't make any sense to me. So for me, I mean, taking cool is still wrong that this man is the kind of person who I always told you he is.
The old man is very unserious too, eh? He know what he want.
He is very unserious, I think when we say, the man, man, so what?
No one kind of politics we need to express ourselves.
They got the power report, They got the power report. So they cannot even perform the legislature. What can you do?
Imagine this man, they made all the reports from Arid. He has failed all. Then how you can take the type of man you say that might be vice president? Then there's a report that says that this man diverted money that were to go to Liberians, we Liberians, to his private institution. Then you say the man might be vice president. When you're talking there, you can't say what. Go ahead, my brother.
When both phase 2, the meaning are going to rescue TJ. Can you imagine? I mean, let me grab the line, but let me tell them not to say, Liberians, the way we position ourselves is very dangerous. So we always think that, like you said, if people can kind of make some out of us, there's a reason why we stay languishing properly.
Yeah.
We are not that bad, we are big, okay? I mean, but the way we continue to portray ourselves, that people can just use her when they want to use her. I want you to play that tape. Let them listen to the way Prince Johnny describes that for me.
Yeah, my man, you'll get a tape on the side. You'll get it now. Let me play that tape. Thank you, my brother. We'll do it. Thank you. I will play the tape. Somebody talking. You're here, Prince Johnson describing Joe Buaka. You know, he said the man is ungrateful. He left me on battery. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sekou. My name is Carmen Kevlar calling from 2nd Street, Cinco.
Man, Carmen, go ahead. Let's hear you.
I am a low-fat citizen, but I really know that old man Buaka is that unserious. He got me angry. Oh, man, and the whole day the boy sit down and say, he got vast experience. He worked in the other government. You won't tell me, yeah, plus he cannot decide on his own to find his own running mate.
To go, Mama, from 2017, the woman, listen.
Just overnight, marriage he did with Prince Johnson. Then Prince Johnson was using to that level. So whoever to carry that man to the presidency, so meaning he will have to listen to people. Even if overnight to set the country, he will do it.
They probably that age problem too.
They have made up their mind. They see what you have made up your mind. We have made up our mind stronger to carry president we are. Why will you look at the regime and say we are suffering? Suffering from where? Why you can be very frank. I mean, you can be very bold
to tell people that this man is doing well. The other day, Omer Baka said when he was agriculture minister, chicken feed did not come into the country. Why you allow that? And he forgot to know that somebody from the state called. The man said my mother was selling in Radisson Market, and it was chicken feed doing the man administration chicken feed that we survived from.
Hey, Mama, thank you very much. The thing that I get on your the thing that good evening, let's hear you. Opposition.
Yeah, that's Mahmoud from Cape Mount. I just want you to recall the surah you just put her in.
Okay. You want me to recall it?
Yeah, just recall the surah. Don't be lying to the people in there.
Let me say lying. Mama, listen, let me tell you something. Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, Seku, this is Peter Gula calling from Jalastan the evening.
Go ahead.
Seku, our politics very crazy in Liberia, right? Once somebody not on your side, that mean a person not good, but when they on your side, they good.
Okay, very good. Wait. It's a very good question. Remain on the line, yeah?
Yeah.
You know when the people got to know?
Yeah, no.
When the people go research.
So for the
Hello?
past 5 years.
No, it has been there.
It
has been there. No, you don't tell people when, where, and how to research now, brother. Everybody got their own right. They decide when to do it. Like for you, we did not force you to call. You decided to call. Isn't so? No, you agree with me? No, agree with me. You agree with me, right?
No, the politics.
No, listen now. Agree now. They tell the truth now. And you decide to call, you call, eh? And you decide to call, you call, eh?
Yeah.
So you can force somebody when they won't go do research or somebody, you can say they might do it. That time of day the people won't do it. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ruben Kane.
Let me appreciate you and let me say good evening to the people of Lofa County. Seku, the battle has begun and we will never withdraw. For the fact that those who are coming in defense of Omen Boakai, we will come fully in charge in defense of our government and the president. For the fact that even if they are saying that when did you know that that man was corrupt? When previously know that this man who was a corrupt man, greedy man, when did he know that Omen Boakai he used a battery? He used all the agitate at the time on his own man. Today, because he said just see that his words is not a Bible, a city senator. He used all the words, and this word that he used, this is 18 years he has been in government. Every mess that has been created is one of the questions because he's only there for his interest. If this was in the interest of the people of Liberia, in your neighbor country.
You got a good name, no sound. Go ahead,
Thank
sir.
you. Well, I listened to your analysis concerning the former vice president and his choice to carry Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn as vice presidential candidate. The first thing I'd like to say to the general public here, that the ticket, the pick or the decision made by Ambassador Joseph Juma Boakai is excellently a genuine and a splendid one. No argument. If you want to bring the debate about performing a political chemistry that will take down the Weah's hegemony, absolutely no argument. One. Two, I think it is not a good journalistic practice.
No, you don't tell me what to do.
Excuse me.
No, I'm not excusing you. I gave you time. You don't tell me what to do. I do what I want to do that is right. You don't tell me what I want to do. You don't journalistic. I'm coming to you, please. Good evening.
Good evening, Sekou Sherry. This is Emmanuel Debol, and I call you from Liberia-VOL College community.
That Ria him be talking here, so?
Don't say that Ria him be Sekou. Do not be that rude.
Hello? Yeah. You don't come from in your share here. You're wait. Good evening, yeah?
Hello?
Good evening, Mama. Good evening. Yeah, getting you, Mama.
Hello?
Yeah, Mama, go ahead now. You're live.
They never pay me.
I hearing you.
My brother told me what was saying. He reported said I'm making talk off. For one day, me will talk or we'll hate trip on the egg. We'll prepare them.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, is it done? Yo, catch feelings. Yo, come to yourself. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good evening. But mommy, you didn't know so. Okay, the international callers who come to take your calls. Call coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just go to the international call. Hello?
Yes, sir. My name is Cyrus calling from Asia.
Yes, Cyrus, go ahead.
Yes, sir. We've been a while. Stop seeing the talk show. Welcome back. Yes, sir. We see for your analysis. Enjoy and listen to analysis as well. Analysis I made. First, let me comment on the U.S. ambassador statement that he made. Recently, on BBC, there's a journalist called Issa Williams. He tried addressing this U.S. ambassador, asking some questions.
Posters of the people will do that here on the show. Hello, on this radio. Good evening.
Hello, Sekou.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. My name is Van Rock. I think this is my first time calling on your show. I'm calling from Bro. Hello?
Go ahead, sir. We're listening to you. You're live.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So I listened to your analysis. On point, but I also disagree with you on some points. And that's why I decided to call. You talk about Jeremiah Kuhn, sunglasses, but I think Kuhn works in the CDC government of which he supports. And there are many lasses in the CDC government that if you want to point out Kuhn, then it points back to the government that he supports. Am I right?
So Jeremiah Kuhn should be blamed too. Isn't so, right?
I'm not taking that away from him, but the bigger picture is on the president.
No, listen, this is the problem. No, listen, this is, and I said this, and I mean, I don't want to be insultive, or it's not of disrespect to you, but I think, like I said, we need to start to teach civic stuff on the radio, right? You said the bigger picture is on the president, and you know the functions of the three branches of government. and you just want to so, you want to carry the entire blame on the president? Do you know when the lawmakers are doing what they are to do, the president will not do certain things that he should not do? Are you aware of that?
Thank you very much. We are very well aware of that. The speaker, we also, the last time we checked, the speaker of the House of Representatives is the Boulevard edition.
So what that means?
Who preserves?
What that means? So it means that it means people are controlling. It means that people are not do what is right.
Yeah. What it means is that the speaker got the gavel to request for audit of the legislature.
And my man, leave all the baby man. You not hear all the coming from lawmaker house. You not hear that.
You see what we're saying? Let's discuss the legislature.
So in this thing, people like Kun and the likes of all other legislators are to be blamed for the problem the country faced. Not only the president.
No, I disagree. The budget comes from, we agree the budget comes from the executive to the legislature. It is being approved by the president. Isn't that?
Who scrutinized the budget?
The legislature scrutinized the budget and the Senate to the president.
You see, you see now, brother. So what is the meaning when they say you scrutinize
the budget? I put it back to the legislature.
Listen,
for implementation.
When they say you scrutinize the budget, what that means in a common like English?
I tell you, this is what we can work with, and I send it back to the executive to implement.
No, it's not like this is what we can work with. When they say you scrutinize it means all the budget lines, you will go through it and know whether they want you that the red place is supposed to go, the high is supposed to be, or then you go through all. You know that the red thing is supposed to happen. So when the lawmakers are not doing that, you won't blame the president?
Let me ask you one more question before I leave the line.
Listen,
please.
I'm asking you, when the lawmakers are not doing that, should we blame the president?
This is where I come into argue. I will answer it in one
You can't ask me. You know, I like for us to have the conversation, but you can't ask me.
It's a rhetorical question, yeah?
No.
You are the manager of the board of Voice of Liberia. And there's a board of directors.
I'm not the manager.
Okay, that's why I say it's a rhetorical question.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And there's a board of directors that approve a budget and sent to you. And sent to whoever is the manager. The manager sits as the CEO and the executive to implement that project. The board does not meet every day to regulate the budget. It means once a while. The best form of everything is at the executive that we look at.
My man, your example said that ain't coincide what you want to say.
You see, the entire country elected the executive. The entire country elected the executive. And that's why, hello?
What about the lawmakers? They not elect them too?
That's why we give the power to the president to fire a will.
No, my man. That other one that you give me fire from the whole thing. Hello?
Hello? Sekou.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Fatos. I'm calling from District 2.
Yeah, Fatos, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your analysis this evening, but the only thing I will tell you is, in Liberia, I can always tell people, if you not elect somebody, you not get elected at all. And by Vice President choosing, discussing about a hospital that almost 2 million. And that is not true. If I say it's not true, because I know the hospital that I may get in
hello, sir. So by you knowing the hospital, it means that he did not allow any money to die, right? You see how low-minded some of you are. How the way you people don't think before you talk. You can talk before you think. Alright. The Center for Transparency and Accountability, with these people, they go red and just say they want to red. But because you just get a chance to call now, you say, oh, not true. Anyway, Liberia, so we got to accept anything.
Yes, hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm Joe Kabe calling from Balifaji.
Joe?
Yeah.
Let's hear you.
Well, I mean, I can really loud to you, bro. You are a good general, but this time around, I think you're smoking
Hey, God.
Hello?
Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. All the wretches, all the things you need the
I'm
parliament
Samuel
can do with you
Wake,
all.
speaking from Soul Clinic.
Yeah, good. I'll be telling people to be calling.
Yeah, I just want to have the Liberian people informed that you who talking.
Let me take another person. I don't know how the person. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sebu.
It's good to have you.
Yeah, I want to tell you that we already made our mind to vote for Joseph Bata.
So, but I'm not listening now. You're not getting something clear here, right? Let me tell you something now. I'm not telling you, say, you're my vote for who, you're not my vote for who. I'm telling you what you need to know about. So, we're not on voting competition here, who you my vote for. They tell me what was supposed to tell you, say you vote for the president, will tell you.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, Segu, no, Segu. I don't want you to hear you only that. No, today, if Honorable Boga, if you choose someone from Boko Haram to be vice president, our friends from the opposition will always be.
You know the thing the men are doing now? They know say they think they always know in talk show business. They letting people then to be calling, to be doing all that kind of a thing. You're wasting your time.
These guys, I'm not fortunate to kind of live a real life, bro. Most of our friends feel that at time for you to be there, they just want to come out of government.
Yeah.
If people Boga can even choose the devil for help, the minute they won't win. So they will defend. So they think guys who are insulting premiums and other people today, they are defending premiums. Look at that, bro. Politics, man.
Yeah, man. Man, that preach just again. Yeah, God. Oh God. Hey, God. Let me take more cause. Prince Johnson, if I eat the worst of all Liberians ever had, you lucky Liberia, good country. Tana day you can see the daylight. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah?
So I'm based on with CDC, at the time you never attacking, and then back for the man to Libya. The men are super, you know, so I get a man king. You did it way of
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, who's this?
Segu.
What's your name, sir?
Yeah, Segu. In politics, you not get permanent friend and permanent enemy. Somebody can support you today and tomorrow they tell you they're not with you. So I just want you to know that.
Where your knee now, brother? Oh, you don't get knee, eh? Hello?
Good evening, Secretary.
Good evening.
I'm Prestige Kamakara. I do join you from Holder Africa.
Prestige, go ahead.
Thank you for your conversations you have disclosed to the public this evening. The issues concerning about Joseph Barker and Jeremiah Cole, those people are disappointed Liberians. You understand? Because we didn't see no seriousness in them. How will you take corrupt individual, Joseph Barker that get confused individual? Very confused.
Yeah, the papi I think at the old age too now. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Sebu.
Go ahead.
How are you, brother?
Go ahead.
Yeah, brother, you accept my day. Not apart from my day, but in a brother day. My name is Israel Jaden. I'm calling from district number 3. You know, actually, I was lying in my bedroom, listening to all of your analysis, all of your information that you are giving about the Liberian, so-called, I don't know even how to describe them. These guys, all of the information that you are giving is factual because I can see the two of you pretending these guys and what all you are saying is true. And all of your analysis you are carrying on is very sad enough for the Liberian people to be on their life that these guys are one of the devil that God sent on and heaven and throw their own idea for the only having a human skin or honor their saying is like a serpent. So all what you have said, brother, why I so jabadas that I don't even know what to say or what to do. I'm confused. Actually, these guys they are now people to depend on within this country. So I just want to call on all of the Liberians that listen.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah, I was speaking to you, and because of the network, I want to tell you that the people you spoil their character, people like of Jeremiah Kum, they
So,
are very
hello,
people in the
what's your
country.
name?
Listen to me, listen to me.
How you
listen
can't
to
say
me.
listen? What kind of man is on?
Some of you
Why
people
you
can
depending
enter
on so
the
you say listen to me? You think so fighting here? Listen to me, listen to me. You better be much more civilized. On the radio, let me talk to you. How the host for the show here? Listen to me, listen to me. Yeah, to say we fight here, everything. Jada, you come into something good say. Let me take another person in line. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Peru Johnson.
Mm.
Yeah. Joe Baka will never be president in this nation because the time for him to be president has passed.
Mm-hmm.
It has passed. Now, all breed, let him keep it to advise his great-grandchildren. If I family member to him, I'm going to advise him. Too much pressure behind him.
Mm-hmm.
You check that paper, you really ask him for your own opinion. He will say, I don't want to be. But because his budget already empty, or he are eating all the money he saved, so they're pushing him, he wants to agree to it. Oh my Baka, if I you, I will sit down and advise my great-grandchildren. Terrible man that Prince Johnson are the one you go follow. Watch her. Let if Doe could speak to you, let Doe advise you about Prince Johnson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mama. Hello. I just read there, Mama. Hello. Go ask Doe, then they will tell you. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Amos K. So can call you from looking from Clarita.
The man might be missing Aaron living again. Go ahead, Papa.
No, from Clarita.
Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, I just want to talk about Joseph Walker. Joseph Walker said he was all car parking in the garage. Now he are coming out and saying he want to become president. For the past 12 years, why he do for the labyrinth? There was nothing else he do. So why he can't forget about this thing and keep himself and look after a late grandchildren up that's coming up and just forget about election? I think that would be fun for him putting a hand in politician. Because politician now is not fit for him because he's old.
Oh, 41? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Hello? Yeah, good evening. Yeah, good evening.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take another person here. Hello? Hello? Okay, let me take this person. Hello? Hello? Okay, let me take another person here. Good evening.
Yes, how you doing?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm the same person that was talking to you.
Okay, let me take another person here. Hello?
Hello, Segu.
Yes?
Yeah, good evening, Segu.
Go ahead, you live.
Yeah, I'm Jeremiah J. Kua, commendation number 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Segu, let me say thank you for your analysis. As it stands, because you just explained about the vice president pick, Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn, who is very, you said, corrupt. So can we say
according to the report, I'm not just saying it, according to Santana report and Arid report.
Yeah, thank you for the correction. According to the report, right? And I agree that it is true that he is corrupt. And the ruling establishment affiliated with this guy and brought him to the senatorial post by supporting him 2020. And they have affiliated with him. And now the vice president is affiliating with this corrupt individual. So can you, according to really, can you sincerely start on your radio beginning tonight to tell the people to not vote for Joseph Walker and not vote for the ruling establishment, and we can go for a new person?
So
people that they want Junglo or something, can you? Because we don't want to people corrupt people.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, let's take another person. The guest is already here. Hello? You need to get this thing. Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Sigi Apakonye from Pennsylvania District.
Yes.
So,
I'm
bro,
sending this to you. You
I
need to
want
play.
to ask you, 2017,
You don't need.
Johnson that, hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I listened to your analysis. You talk a lot. Let me ask you the question,
No,
please.
you don't ask me. Why? What happened? How you sounding to Neso? How you say you ask me?
If you don't want people to call on your show, say the Monaco.
No, but don't ask me. Go ahead, explain. I'm not yet answering questions.
2017, the same Prince Johnson your decree as Rob was the same one that supported George Mann and we are your heart. No problem.
So what a crime in that one now? What a crime in now? Okay.
So why is it today that it's Boakai?
Okay, so you know, nobody got problem. You know what is it that we're trying to let the people know? Because this man is very unserious. He's not trustworthy. What can the man say to you? What? Look at the man standing. What can the man say to you that, you know, the government has done or the government has not done in the interest of the people when he himself created almost everything that he claims that is happening in the country? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Henry B. Rawa calling from Top Number City, Bomi County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people, I just listen to your analysis. You just say, oh, normally people who on the side, try to take blame. I can tell you free. Our old man is a living dead man. When election, yes. But you're pushing him. Then you be careful with Prince Johnson. Then you go up. No?
Go ahead. Okay. Hello. Hello. Yeah, good evening. You sounding very low.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that's coming to what you do. I'm just Yeah, I just want to appreciate you. Don't mind if you don't see them.
No, I know. The minute, yeah.
The boy and I was look over that time.
Tonight have proven that people sometimes you have to allow your character to speak for you. Don't be allowing people to use you because you think
So who you think is using me? I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna keep you on the line because I want to have a conversation with you.
I really appreciate you keeping me on the line.
Who you think is using me?
Hello,
sir.
Yes.
Who you think is using me?
You are being paid by the government.
So what's the proof do you have?
Sekou,
so can I listen now?
By the government.
Okay, so what's the wrong even if the government pays me?
Like what they call what is wrong?
Get from the line, man. People then just talk all kinds of things like bureau. It being paid by the government. It being paid by the government.
Hello.
When they tell the truth against you, then you'll say all kinds of things. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, my brother. Let's hear you.
How are you doing?
Go ahead.
This is Augustus calling from Bomi County, District, Zodi Town.
Oh, my man. Go ahead.
You see, the problem here is that Prince Johnson, man, we have to read between the lines. Everywhere that Prince Johnson fall, the other side will go against him. Prince Johnson was with Unity Party before the CDC went against him. He went back to the CDC, the Unity Party, and other opposition went against him. Now he has come back again to the Unity Party. More besides, most of the guys are talking about old man Joseph Boakai is a living dead, walking dead. Where is Monapena? What was the public work minister? Those were young people. They didn't death test for older people. And some of them are calling and saying that the old man there, I can assure them that they will die before that old man can die. So they should not be praying for somebody death. The issue is we should discuss it. The father of the matter for me, I'm a UPS. When that man was with us, CDC went against it. When he went to CDC, we too went against it. Now he come back. So we're sharing that just the truth about the whole thing. Thank you very much.
Take a break. We'll usher in our guests. We're taking a break now to usher in our guests. Play from here. We're taking a break. And then we'll usher in our guests on the program. Issues of today. My name is Sekou Sharif. And I'm telling you, it's good to be back on the show. And so, like we announced today, we're going to play host at about this time to the head of one of the government institutions, which is Lottery. And the head is Honorable Regina Panangwe. He's been there. He's been doing a lot of good things. And there has been some transformation, even though there has been some challenges. So he's our guest tonight on the show. We want to say good evening. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Sekou. Thank you very much for the invite, and thank you. And I want to say the pleasant good evening to our people in Radio Land and on the social media.
Okay. I know today is Monday. It has been a very hectic day for you because Monday, like such, you have lots of things to do.
Exactly. So you know that after Friday, that Monday, we have to look at all of our books and do some reconciliation before that. It's the first working day in the month also, so in the week also. So, but thank God that we on course at the Liberia National Territory and things are moving there good, very good.
Okay. Now, before we move, as the National Lottery Authority, I want you to take us back when you were appointed. What did you see there, first of all?
Okay, Sekou, thank you very much. The Liberia National Territory was enacted into law at 2015 to 2016. But before then, it was called the Liberia National Lottery Corporation. So there was an amendment made on the act that created the authority. And the function of the authority is to regulate, manage, conduct all games of chance in the Republic of Liberia, including lottery games. And when we took all the matter authority, when President Weah took over 2018, there was an appointment that was made by President Weah, nomination. He nominated me in 2018, June. But the guy that was in the position at the time, Martin Cody, little do we know that there was a turning position at the lottery authority. So immediately he went to court. When he went to court, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of him. So after his term ended, I was re-nominated by the president, confirmed by the National Legislature, PP Pacific, the Senate branch of government.
Yeah.
And we took on the matter authority. We met a very dead authority. We met authority that was non-functional. We met a group of people that was just eating money and not placing this money into where it should be. There was no system at all. But the matter of fact, the authority is supervised by the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia.
On the board?
So the President appoints a senior policy advisor from the Office of the Vice President that regulates all the activities of the National Lottery Authority through the management team. So when we talk about, there was nothing there, Sekou. There was nothing at all to work with, and there was no policy paper, the procurement, financial, nothing was there to work with. So when we took over, President Weah took over immediately, we get our boots on the ground running. Today, Sekou, you can see our authority employee boxes. You can see a lot of vehicles for the authority. Today, we're able to make sure that we did all of the policy paperwork there, which is the financial manual, the HR manual, everything that you need for a functional office. Today, Sekou, you pay money directly to the account of the National Lottery Authority. But back then, it was paid directly to individual hand. During the United Party government time, it was paid directly to the hands. So when we took over immediately, we conducted an audit. The audit indicted people from the Vice President office and also at the authority. Vice President Joseph Boakai
Meaning the past government?
The past government, yeah, United Party government. They was indicted. Immediately they left, they fled the country, and they went to America. You know, all of them came from America. They showed American syndrome that people from the diaspora should all come to work for Liberia. So what they did at the National Lottery Authority, they reduced the functions or the corporate social responsibility of the authority to only group of 77. But as a matter of fact, you know that President Vice Ambassador Joseph Boakai West was the head of group of 77.
Yes.
So what they did, all of the resources that were collected to be used for the disabled community of Liberia were diverted directly to group of 77. You understand? And the access that when they generate this revenue, the revenue should use to help the disabled community. Group of 77 is a subset of the disabled community. So all of the money that they raised from that place, there was no disabled organization in the Republic of Liberia besides the little group of 77 on Naples Street. That money was sent to them all of the time, 100,000, 80,000, 75,000. By a matter of fact, the money of the authority, the money that should be used for the disabled community was used to purchase car for the Vice President office, Joseph Boakai.
Do you have records of some of them?
There are records there. There are records there. A property was purchased by the authority, to the unrestricted the COS of Joseph Boakai, what clock Carter.
Okay.
Exactly so.
Okay.
So now as I speak, Sekou, the working of the authorities is all around the world. It's all around the street. You can see our footprint on the sense of time. Today, Sekou, all of the disabled students at the university level, public universities and colleges, registration fee is being paid by the National Lottery Authority because you know the president declared free school, free tuition at the university level. Today, we pay out of the registration fees for disabled students. We give them $25 per person on a monthly basis to transport them to school and to put them in the pocket for recess. Today, at the authority, we are touching every disabled organization in the Republic of Liberia. Just last week, we were in the southeastern region of Liberia. Raper says, Sino, Grand Crew, Raper G, Grand GDET, and Maryland. The people benefited more than $60,000 worth of goods, food, and non-food art and medical items. We touch every disabled organization in the Republic of Liberia. Today, the disabled people in Lofa County benefiting from the National Lottery Authority. Today, we're able to provide for the Blind Association of Lofa Disabled. A office, we provide a computer, we provide a motorbike, we provide a generator, we provide stationaries to function in that place. Today, we purchasing all of the produce of the disabled people in Lofa County. We'll be moving forward.
So you encourage them to do farming, and then at the end of the day, you get the produce maybe at a reasonable price?
The National Lottery Authority in collaboration with the Neighbor Disabled Association get the biggest farm in Neighbor County. Exactly so. Today in Neighbor, the Leprosy Home, the rehab center, the first of a kind in the Republic of Liberia for a government institution to meet the needs of the people at the rehab. We're going to provide medical things, food and non-food items, comprising of $15,000. As we speak, next week, we'll be renovating the school and provide the working materials for them to produce their own slippers, their own basket to serve the people. The Liberia National Lottery Authority Action Fund.
Is it the fundings that you get from companies that want to do, the belting games and all of that you use to spend on?
Exactly so. You know that they asked us to conduct a lottery game.
Okay.
But because we do not have the capacity, so there is no lottery game taking place now. So
owned by the government.
Owned by the government. So what's happening now? All of the operators in country pay lesson fees. Annually they pay lesson fees. And the act said that lesson fees should be used for the administrative running of the authority. But because we have our corporate social responsibility, because of the PAPD, we decided to meet the needs of our disabled people, the orphanage home, the OH, and also investing into science and technology. So the authority have grown from this stage of giving money to only to group of 77 to meeting the need, the hold of the disabled community.
So how do you go about, reaching out to disabled, folks? Mainly you want to do, like you said, distribution in some of the areas you've done. Is it based on maybe you get names, or you have a database of?
We have a database. We work with the National Union of Disability. They call NUO.
Okay.
They gave a database. As we speak, they work with 200 disabled organizations.
Okay.
That include the group of 77 all around the country. So they gave us the database. We get a contact person that knows everything. They tell us the number of person within that organization. Then on the July 26th, or on a quarterly basis, we meet the needs of them. That's what we are doing now. That money we're using, it should be used for administrative running of the place. Because we're in the process of outsourcing the night ball game, which is the lottery game, the 5 night or the night ball game. Pretty soon, the president going to set the IMCC. We're going to make sure that we do the EOR and program and pay for it. The resources from that, the revenue on that, are going to be used to spread out. But for the little resources we do have now, they have to use for the administrative running of the authority. That's what we use to meet the needs of the disabled people. And second, as we speak, like I said, we went to the place that there were no working tools. You couldn't find a computer around. You couldn't find nothing you could find in that building. Nothing you could find in that building. Today, as you speak, second, you have more than 40 computers in our offices. Today, all of our offices have AC. Today is second, when there's no AC, we get it for the 5 kVA machines that run on a daily basis. Today, second, all of our directors at the authority own a car assigned to them by the authority.
It is being purchased by the authority?
Yes, second.
Wow.
It is being purchased by the authority. But back then, those money was sent to a particular place.
Okay.
You understand? It was sent to a particular place.
Are you contributing to the budget?
Yes. We contribute to the budget through the revenue, through the taxes the gaming entity pay.
Okay.
So if Sego go today and play to a winner and win $100, 20% of that money go to government revenue.
Okay.
When you purchase a ticket, 3% of that ticket money go to government revenue. If we ourselves conducting the night ball game, like I said, we ourselves will pay the same royalty to government also.
So I think you've been doing some great work, like what you've explained, looking at where you say you took lottery from and up to present. Let me take you back to, then we'll come and filtering into some other issues as well. What are the processes for one to get is it a permit to do a belting company in Liberia?
Okay, a permit is unique to a raffle draw.
Okay.
A permit has a lifespan of 90 days. 90 days. So if Voice FM decide to do a raffle draw, they have a giveaway. The giveaway is the iPhone. an iPhone 14, and the iPhone 14 is being bought for $100. Then you're going to pay 20% of that money. They give you that royalty to the lottery authority to give you a permit for 90 days. If Seku want to open a sport betting company, you should have a business registration. All legal paperwork, you have it to do in that period. And you pay $400 to us for a package. A checklist of things that you should provide. Then we'll clarify you the board approved your all of the documentation. Then we issue you an invoice. The invoice of $50,000 to a sport betting.
Okay.
So that lesson lasts for 1 year. You get the last payment of 1 year. Annually, they get the last payment of 1 year for sport betting.
Why is that 50,000 for?
$80,000 for sport betting.
80
for sport betting.
Is it? Or it's for the permit or the fees?
For the lesson, $80,000 for the lesson.
Okay.
The lesson lasts for 1 year. And for casinos are games that have multiple gaming platforms and gaming tables. Like you see Oceano Casino, you see RF Multiplayer. It lasts for 1 year, so $100,000 for the lesson. Yes. Then you have the slot machines. Slot machines are those machines in the casino, but you don't have no tables. It's $40,000 for the lesson. So in Liberia, we have 5 casinos. We have 6 sport betting companies. And we have a 4 slot machine lesson out there. So all of the monies that will be used for the administrative running of the place, we go to work, we do a budget, and the budget be approved by the board. When it's approved by the board, we take $300,000 United dollars for our corporate social responsibility.
Wow.
So today, as we speak, we were able to send more than 5 person to India. We bought tickets for them. The lady have cancer in the ear. Someone have cancer in the eye.
Wow.
When we hear them talking on radio, we come and intervene. Today, Sekou, we want to provide laptops for disabled students that in private universities. Sekou, today, we have done a lot of things for our poor people, for our people, because the government is on the margin of the PAPD, lifting our people out of poverty. And today, Sekou, the lottery authorities are employed informally more than 30,000 appearance. You ask me why? How do they?
Do you have a statistics?
Yes, statistics more than 30,000 appearance. Today, Sekou, you are out there today. You see playing with your telephone. You're going to win a money at the end of the day. That money is going to help your family back home to feed them.
Some people say this thing is creating a lot of problems among the young people. People are into too much betting business. Is there any regulation for such?
There are regulations, Sekou. The regulations are very clear. Children below 18 years old do not play.
Okay.
2, we do not find our lottery gaming centers around mosques, around churches, around schoolhouses. People in uniform, students wearing uniform do not play. Lottery, a game is legal. Someone shared an experience in Marrakesh. The old man said that he had a bigger platform in Ghana now. He said he was living in London. But every morning he saw people playing every day, go to the lottery, people play every day. He said, well, who are the people here? People that are drunker or that are grown up people. So one day he decided to go play. The first time he go play, he win £100,000. And the annual budget, after working for a period of time, it could reach £100,000. Immediately he decided to invest into a project that today runs in Ghana. Today, he's a multi-millionaire. He has his own platform called Finesse. So there are a lot of regulation on the board. Today, if Second or Orange want to do a raffle joy, he must have that permit. If that permit is not given to you, we have regulation on the board that will find you. Today, if Sekou decide to say, having a permit, perhaps Sekou will use the platform for me to denigrate or to say things of the lottery authority. But you must write us and come to us and say, I want to do this thing, a raffle job. We should issue you that permit. And the permit is $250. It runs for 90 days.
Okay. So what do you do in this case where, for example, some, betting company involved in violating some of the very laws you just talked about, maybe seeing students doing school hours or maybe in school uniforms or some other things that they should not do? What do you do in that case?
We found them. Our fine run between $2,500 to $10,000.
Okay.
So we see that kind of things and other things.
Which one is 10,000?
$10,000 United dollars.
That's what I'm saying. Which one of the violation is 10,000?
No, it's not limited to anything.
Oh.
If we first offend,
okay,
$2,000 or $2,000. Second offend, when you can't stand it, or we close down the place.
Okay.
That station, that particular station that they always go there to listen to close that station down. They got to relocate.
What are some of the problems at times you've heard from, betting companies or you've encountered?
Yeah, the players, other people. You know that, technology is improving every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, technology is improving every day. You had a scenario with a young man that said he won $300 million, $500, nothing. So he was all on radio, talking, making that false allegation, even accusing us in the charity, or start lying with gaming companies, other things. For saying so many things, when it comes outside to the press, we gave it the time to roll. But when we go through investigation, when they get the real stories, then they sit down. There are times, like the 300 million United States guy, he has a platform, they call it dummy. He almost can promote. Then young men have less than 10,000, he have nothing less than 10,000 in your account, $900, $11,000 in your account. But the man say you're rolling $10,000, you pay $10,000 per minute. When you go and buy your money for your mobile money wallet, you place it into your Seku wallet because I don't want to call any betting company.
Yes.
You place it into your Seku wallet. Seku wallet is a betting company. You start betting from Seku wallet on the platform. But you do not even have that 10,000 in your wallet.
In your own wallet.
Then you say you betting $10,000. Then you start a screenshot because the promo is rolling. You try to screenshot it with 300 million. They print it out, they say, I win 300 million. When you go through the investigation, the first thing, every ID number is unique to a telephone number. But you put in three ID numbers with one telephone number. It don't work that way. Every ID number is unique to a telephone number.
Okay.
You do not have 10,000 in your wallet. But you say you're paying 10,000 at the same time. So that case, we couldn't just go through that case or nothing. So we try to, but these are some of the things, we explain to the players, even we explain to the lawyers or representatives. And when we explain to them, they will see reason to understand. So the issue of, our society is so gullible to the extent that people hear things and just say.
Sometimes people will complain that, I don't want to be specific about, any of the gaming institutions or whatsoever. They will say they will go and play to get our money. It is a problem. Sometimes it will take some number of days.
Say you only my watch. I'm seeing it today. You can ask all the gaming center. Ask every gaming operator in Liberia. I'm the one that opened the market up. I'm the one that refused to allow only 2 or 3 betting companies to operate in Liberia. I am the one that did that. I stood up to the tax because why? We came to provide joy for our people. We came to help Liberia. So, anyone that you play today, you win. A gaming center not give you a money, come to the office. They will say the watcher wants $600, $800. We start bet, I'll call name. They start doing that way. When they came to my office, I called them, excuse me, I called them immediately. When they explained, I told them go and get the money to them. And they get the money. There are stories that will make sure that gaming operators pay money to players. But they will not come and tell you. They will not come and tell you.
Only the buy side of it.
Yes, only the buy side of it, they will come and say, it's only the buy side, it's not true. The market is open. People can operate now. Freely, you can go. I believe in preference. If I go to today, I come to the studio today.
Yeah.
I have to go to OKF, I have to go to other stations, I have to go to the other places. I come to the studio, I preference. When someone calls me, I say, no, I don't want to come to, I'm going to say, because it's my man.
Yeah.
I have a preference.
Yes.
So I believe that people should go to any other places to go and play. What is play sport betting? The reason now we're running through digital now, we have 2 sides of the gaming, the physical and the digital.
Okay.
The physical is seen as the machine, the POS machine, where people can go to, they pick it on the umbrella, you go bed at night physical. But today, people see go to that physical, they say, they made a journey, they may go do betting, that can be betting now.
Yeah.
So not prefer getting this on a telephone, he say in the office, he call a ticket, he eat a ma, he say that quietly.
Yeah, you see.
You understand?
Yeah.
So because the war is changing, the war's evolving.
Okay, let me take you on. At least you've said lots of things about what you're doing at Lottery Authority, and I want to say thank you. At least there has been some transformation, like you've explained. Let's move on to the deliverables of the government. The government took power in 2017.
2018.
2017, 2018. 2017 was the election. 2018, she took power. And there were a lot of promises. There are a lot of things people will say. The government, they had an expectation. You want to count some of the deliverables of the government?
Second, when we took over a Liberia National Authority, I don't know what they said the premise. I said I'm going to be the office of the Liberia National Authority. I said it.
Yes. Did you do it?
No, wait, 1 minute. Because when I was outside, I saw that we could raise the needed resources. We saw that we could change regulations. The thing. Matter of fact, when I got there, I changed the regulations after 6 weeks. Because I did all of my investigation. Sport betting was $50,000, $40,000. I think it's $80,000. Slot machine was $20,000, 100% increasement. I think it was $40,000. Casino was $60,000. I take it straight to $100,000. You know the reason I did that? Because I knew that the sector have serious money in it, and people were already making a good money. Second, you and I just passing around. You know how many persons today go to the casino every night? You know how many persons today go and play sport betting every day? So when the government took over, remember that the first budget of the government, was not the government that approved it. The budget was 2017, 2018 budget. It was United Party budget. You know that?
Yes.
At that time, we're running from June to July, from July to June budget. Now we're running now from January to December budget. You understand? So when we took over with that Z, we made all these promises and other things. But second, today you can see that we have gone almost 60% of what we said. Today, second, if United Party is going to face the hydro electricity, we will not put no money to electricity. If United Party is going to solve the issue of pipe-borne water at the water and sewer, government will not look for money, millions of dollars put into water and sewer. All of the money will go to roads. You understand? Today, Sekou, I'm president for the University of Liberia. We struggle for scholarships. We're all around the place looking for money to pay school fees. I used to live where Balanceville. I would come to Johnson Street and I walk from Johnson Street to University campus. But today, our young companies at the university, they do not pay school fees.
Is it still existing?
Yes. Sekou, I pay registration fee for disabled students at the University of Liberia, in all public university. I pay. So if there was, if it was not existing, I'm going to pay 100% school fee. But today, I'm going to pay registration fee for them. We started because we never knew the issues were on ground. We felt that everything was roses. But little do we know that the people left a deep hole that needed to be filled. So the first year, we started working. The second year, the issue of salary, in fact, we made a payroll. The men that were in that position were making $7,000.
And you make far below.
I make far below what I make today. Government got to harmonize to bring people at the same level, at the same power, to create a situation. That came COVID. COVID shut the whole world down. But thank God to the government of Liberia, through the leadership of President George Manewia. Today, people are borrowing for Liberia story, how we fought COVID in this country.
Okay, let me take you to development now from the government. Let's leave your lottery a little bit. Can you count on, some of the developments of this government that you think Liberians will see as we move towards the October elections? Could give President Weah a second term?
When I grew up in Panazil, Jairus Market, I spent more than 38 years in that place. Today, from Jairus Market to Mount Barkley, it's a paved road. From Puebla to Wellplain, it's a paved road. Today, we met an incomplete road in diesel. From diesel to Carway, it's a paved road. Today, go to rehab. Rehab, I would say, in my own world, rehab is like Miami. Because some of them they are now going to Miami. All of the streets are paved. You can now go and number the streets and number houses in rehab and say, come to block 2, house number 4. You will find a house. Today, electricity, more people enjoy electricity than Manasarif time or United Party time. Today, the Rouse Sea Road is on a serious construction. Today, I get houses in Duazon. Today, in Duazon, I can see a transformer in my house. Today, from Ganta to Sacred PA Road is being paved. Today, hospital all around the place. Go to Bapolu. Today, we get more data, make more money than ever before. Today, there are free schools. Primary school. Today, university, public university, campus free. Today, equal pay, equal work. There's no longer $10,000 per month salary. There's no longer $50,000 per month salary. Today, our disabled brothers and sisters that they refuse to get hand out to, that they refuse to help. Today, every other disabled organization, today, Jobia pay free homes for people in Nukuta, in Grand Jide, in Banka. Today, when there is disaster, government get the ASAP. Development is scandalous. It can't seku. The guys have no debate.
So you think this government has done much that could give us second term in what Liberians will be deciding October?
Seku, whenever the jet is cruising, you have 2 persons that part of the jet. The pilot and the co-pilot.
What that means?
Georgia and Mananteda, we are cruising now. We overcome all of those. Yes.
So you're ready to pick up?
We're cruising, we pick up already. We're in the air, we're in the sky. We're in the sky already. You don't change pilot when the jet is cruising in the air. Those of us that normally ride on jet. Give a chance, let the jet land. After 12 years, we will land. You will see the difference. What the essence in Georgia? Why the new identity people bringing on board? People that served for 12 years. Because it's so desperate to get wealth.
The people think the government has not done well.
Who told you that? With all the resources they have. Look, Seku, through all my studies training, I work with NGOs. You know the reason NGOs all around here? Because we just came for the crisis. If you work with NGOs, go to Sudan, go to Mali, you work. You're not there. You think it was Manasari government that provided those jobs? So? Think so, Seku?
Were they provided by?
They were provided by international organizations. The UN and other NGOs. No one had time a government job. But today, as soon as we took over, Omni left. Omni investing millions of dollars into our economy. These guys are making nothing right. They have opportunities. But they refuse to pay a Z-horse. So when they pay foundation and stop halfway. Because they see people in government make $3,000. You pay a day, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom house, they're angry. They're so desperate that all that happening, Seku. That all that happening. So we have done more with the little resources we have.
What is the message you think this government can take to the people that the people will receive and say, okay, I think this message will resonate well?
The message is very clear. Our message is, like I said, you don't change the powder when the fly is cruising. We started the development already. You expect us to leave the Rafi road so people can take over the abandoned project because you need people use to abandon the project. They want to do their own project. Because for them, they have a blueprint. You want us to leave the Rafi road today to give the people a chance to abandon all the project that someone do left behind? You want us to leave the Kanta to Swaju Road for people to abandon all those projects? Is that good? Is that good? Do you want to do that? No. Georgia is taking Liberia to another level. Today, Sekou, you know, those are the people that don't travel. We get packs all around the place, Sekou. Yesterday, I passed the whole community. That place, I play football on that fee. Yeah, 10 meters Salif, Raul Salif, that way, you know, facing the right. But go there today. Today, Sekou, that road, the economic situation on that road have increased. You know how many shops people are created on that road today? Today, if the government place toll on that road there, we make money for it. A toll on that road to maintain that road, we make money from that. Look at it's a little park. Look at PSP. Excuse me, the expression, place in the Couple Beach. Look at the place, Sekou. Why must we change George we are?
What do you think, with all what you've said that the government has done, opposition will continue to say they've done nothing?
No, because they are desperate. They're not opposition saying it. You know part of the opposition. They're not opposition. They're desperate.
What about the likes of ANC? Why are you laughing?
We not try people that from the desperate brother that came and root all our money take their way. You understand?
So you think Mr. Cummings is a stranger?
They must a complete stranger to the politics of Liberia. If I was Mr. Cummings today, I would run as senator in Marion County to try. Yes.
No, man, he feels that is not what he wants.
That's the ego he have. That's the ego he have. He refused to learn. Governance, you have to learn. You have to go through the phonics. You got to go through fire. And Mr. Cummings refused to learn. So that's the reason he's struggling all around the place.
Mr. Cummings feels that he could beat or win elections with President Weah.
Mr. Cummings? If he community election, Mr. Cummings cannot win the community election with George Weah. What they have in Mr. Cummings church, they have an election there today, Joe opinion, in a church.
I don't know who win in church.
I tell you.
I'm in politics about Oh.
Maybe I don't even discuss Cummings. Those people want to discuss.
He's one of the major players.
Cummings is not a major player in the game is over already. We just need to consolidate and we make sure that we put our agenda should just move as we are moving.
What do you make of the selection made by Ambassador Boaka on his VP slot?
These are the same people that call Jeremiah Kuhn a rogue, a thief. When RS and other people came up with that information that government allotted $2 million to his hospital in Ghana.
In Nima, yeah.
Yeah, Ghana. Jeremiah Kuhn and Kuhn were trying to find what they know. I think the hospital of the government, I do the one, I get that to do with it. Today, they are praising Jeremiah Kuhn. You understand? The work we have done in Nima County, just lottery in Ghana. Sekou, you will see the result from Nima County. The first thing, we from the choir group already, the pastor there, other places, I think, because of the insincerity of Joseph Boakai, going to punish him. In Nima, the story will change when Paul Barnes. Who made Jeremiah Kuhn senator? Excuse me, who made Jeremiah Kuhn senator? Jeremiah Kuhn be either less than 3,000 votes. We got to run the court. CDC refused to place someone in the race. They supported Jeremiah Kuhn to become senator. Take into consideration if CDC has someone in the race. Will Jeremiah Kuhn be senator? Become senator? No. We'll put someone in our race. I'm doubting whether preacher will even come back as a senator. I'm doubting.
Why do you think so? Can you people win Prince Johnson in Nimba?
I'm doubting it. I'm doubting it.
Why will you doubt something that should not be doubtful?
They meant stimulation. They meant popularity stimulation.
Do you people have a candidate to face?
When the time reaches, we'll get candidates to face Prince Johnson. When the time reaches, we'll get candidates to face Prince Johnson. I'm saying here today, we'll get candidates to face Prince
Is there
Johnson.
any fear from the ruling government the way Prince Johnson has pledged his support?
There's no fear. The woman is diminishing, the population is diminishing. There's no fear. He has fear. Whenever we speak, he go to the radio station and create lies, create stories. Who have faith for Prince Johnson? Our working neighbor will speak for us. The Bible says, work while it is day. The man coming, but no man shall work. We have worked already in Neighbor County. There's no fear.
So there's no fear, and you think that you can you win the election first round? Like I see usually on Facebook, people say, yeah, we'll get first round victory.
Sekou, at the end of the day, the guy will get in the street. We'll beat the guy's face down. First round.
It's possible for anyone to win election first round. It's not possible.
First round, Sekou, mark my word today. We'll beat them face down, and they'll get in the street. We'll beat them face down first round.
Okay, let's go to the lines. Let's get the participation of the people tonight on the show. Folks, if you're just joining us, our guest is Honorable Regina Panangwe. He's the head of the National Lottery Authority. You've listened to him. We've not announced the numbers. The calls are coming. 0770-907-907, 0770-907. Let's keep the conversation civil so that we all can express ourselves in a right way. This person...
Good evening, Sekou Sherry. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. Go ahead.
This is Mohammed Gitawa, one of the people defender from the Doe community. How are you? Let me really commend your studio guest and whatsoever thing he say in that studio is true. President, we are government. The government attend to in national spirit to the opposition community. Any country you go, you will see something there. President, we are government. Place it there. You go to any district, you will see the government footprint there. For the opposition to just come because they want to pick somebody to be president, we are in Liberia, it would be very, very difficult. Because Liberian people are understanding the opposition. People care, they are only there to lie. When they get a job opportunity, they run away from the community. Same person, we are became president the first 6 years. Then they show the tangible thing that they do for Liberian people. They abandon the people quite. Today now, it will be 3 more or 4 more to election. You will see that in the Vol community, including Ome Joe, Lofa Kante, that question will be placed. When you go back to campaign, after a long time campaign, you leave on Lofa Kante, what you do for the people there? La CDC, that government, you leave with the people there up to Kone today, you go to Lofa Kante get facelift. Then you go to Lima Kante. We are playing all over our agents. La connected person we have to so if you coming to us, it must be prepared or us. CDC will win the 4th round.
Okay. Breaking news, but let me just take this call. Let me take a few calls I will give. President Weah has done. Okay, go ahead. Hello.
Hello, good evening, Sekou Sherry, and good evening to my fellow Liberians on Radio Land Connect, and good evening to your studio guest. And by the way, the introduction. You speak out deception, failure, deception. They don't even know what we are placed as a Liberian in this country. We are going to pressure these people politically, constitutionally, democratically, as long as we lead the party. We deal with all the Catholic, the deception, the reckless in this country. We are going to form a real change, and to be precise, I will give our next president to elaborate for today. It's a clear message, and it's not very promise. Come on October 10th. 2024, you will be inaugurated.
Thank you. Another president. Hello.
Yeah, how are you?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this is James Aski calling from Tennessee.
Go ahead.
Yeah, look, I firstly want to say hats off to your studio guest. But there's something he needs to understand. That the public outcry is more than what he's saying about development. Because the thing is that all of this development is the people who are enjoying this development, they cannot get food to eat, they cannot get their paycheck on time. All of these things are impediment. They also discouraging.
What are you working?
You see?
He's asking where you working. Where do you work?
I used to work with an NGO and no longer working.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Let me take another person on the line. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Good evening. You need to move from your monitor as we take another person, please.
Yeah. This is Marathon. I call from Broadview.
Yeah, you come in broken.
Oh, sorry, it's a network condition here.
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. What I want to say, to Liberian people, they shouldn't just jump down somebody because, they want to church, we are out of power. It should be somebody, that people, Liberian people. Joseph Brother is mean to the Liberian people. So what is investment ready for the long term and staying in the government? Nothing. What is the people we have on power? And then, when it comes to illusory, something, I really enjoy Premier Bro. Like, sometimes I put my money in my account, I just win small thing, I relax. Nobody knows I win. So I really like it.
All right. Thank you very much. Is it a man testing to what you said? Hello?
This is Alfonso Kamara. I did not end my thought. I don't know you asked me or I went
Alfonso, we got a lot of presence on the line. We need to take others. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This is Henry Zhao calling from the Oro.
Henry, go ahead.
To be very frank, this is a national issue. So when we are discussing it, sometimes we discuss it with some level of accuracy and balance. But with your studio guests over there, he's not actually factual.
What is it that he's not factual about?
Because he's only speaking out of sentiment because maybe...
What is it that he's not factual about? You want to point to the particular issue?
Things that he has said over there don't really commensurate.
What is it? You just want to point to the particular issue so we know.
Things are okay when indeed...
Sir, can you help us tonight to point? He said lots of things. Can you point to the particular issue in which you think he did not say what is right?
Oh, exactly. He's voting of developments. And he did not come out to catalog some of the critical development happening.
No, but then you didn't listen. He talked about role.
Yeah, role. Where are the roles currently are we discussing?
Are you not seeing roles?
Where are they? Are you discussing the EWA?
Wow. Go ahead.
From the to rehab the
construction road. Try to market the road.
Where are you? Why are you discussing we go?
Okay, thank you. So, hello.
Yeah, hello.
That one thing you can't take from the government when it comes to roads. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Adolphus C. Suhunu calling from the Uru belt.
Adolphus, go ahead.
Yeah, I also congratulations to the guests in studio there. And my own contribution, I know the election will be a tough one. And the issue of the choice that was made from the Nima County, that will be a challenging one. So I know the CDC will still win the election, but it will be a tough election.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me just read this. President Weah nominates Anthony Wele Sowa Dona as a Post and Telecommunications Minister. So that means, what's his name? Councillor Kopo Kara has been relieved of his position. But then he was a former representative. Yeah. So he comes from Nimba County. So he's a son of Nimba too. So let me take more calls. I love... Hello, you coming in very bad though. Hello? Okay, I will take another person. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
How are you, sir?
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I see that man in studio there.
Okay, you're not even in this here. I'm not even letting you to do anything on the radio here. When the guests come here, that we don't want honor obligation to protect them. So you're not coming to, sometimes. Anyway, we can open the line so everybody can call. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening. Go ahead. You live on the radio? All right. Good evening. Yeah, hello. Let me take, this person is holding the line. They call, let me take another person, this other line. Let me come back right here. Good evening. Hello? That's what you. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening. Go ahead.
This is Sekou?
Go ahead. You live. This is Sekou.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Man, in the studio there, hearing Virginia Nango is the local director. Hello?
Go ahead. You live. You can be talking. We'll be talking.
Okay. Sekou, the election, we need to tell people. You need to get out to see. Yeah. Yes, So what is essence? You know the party people they are joking. You know what I mean? They put a lot of fun. Got the police their own brush they on Saturday. Yeah, when St. Joseph when play and no Fulani. Oh, go on the field. What is essence? So what is coming to that road coming face? Okay, you job here. So 2 years, just on the road. What coming to that road coming face? 2 years, take it 2 years. They put the country. What they put I want to show.
Okay.
People start here to pray down the car. Say they take the plane. We agree. So that one come and tell again. They will get the job we are there because what essence come and tell about rule. You come in face rule. You know you can't do it. You can't face rule. Why all right now is saying that are fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Good evening.
Evening.
Yes.
This is Mariton again. I call from Proville.
Mariton, you back on the line.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. To be honest, I gotta enjoy that online betting, bro. Yeah.
Hey,
it's very, very good.
Hey,
so I want to say big thanks to the guy in studio there, for creating that online bet. Yeah. Sometimes I put my small tip, bro. I just be asking and take my ticket, bro. Very responsible. when it comes to the election,
is it very responsible?
The election gonna be a little bit tough, but just we are gonna win. But what I want you to do, you need to do rotation. Yeah, there are some, ministers, some of his officials, they are not working in the interest of Liberia. So you need to get rid of them and get other people in. Yeah, they're making his government look, ugly, small, bro.
All right, thank you. I'm going to take 2 more calls. Hello. Too bad. Sorry for that. I don't know. Let me cancel this entire call. Let me go back to my guests. I won't take calls again. You listen to the callers. Yeah, you listen to all the callers. What have you to say?
Sekou, there are tangibles you can point to. You can point to tangibles. All our work are not intangibles. Our work are not blueprint work. Whenever George will launch a project, I do the project, they say that blueprint. We don't want the blueprint. The people of Liberia do not hear for blueprint. Sekou, there were more rat breakers in Liberia during Manasari time. I lived in the fence during Manasari time. My whole community report breaking rack. The rat culture today said rat culture to rat here. That during Manasari time they put develop rat culture. It was George time. No, Sekou. Today.
But you say you could make the change.
Yes, Sekou. The reason we have tried to have to work on electricity. If Manasari or United Party of the first NDC or the Hajo, all of the funds we have today, the ministers that are going to NDC today will not go there. They'll go to Rose. But today, we get multiple things to do at the same time. So we came with this thing that we're going to do this. We have a set agenda. But we have to split the little resources we have now to a lot of things. We're like autopods now, all around the place. That's why you see, Sekou, today, there is no disabled man in Liberia or the offering whom not in Liberia without vote for George Weah. I'm telling you, Sekou, there is no disabled person in Liberia. Those are the ones that will not vote for George Weah are people that are angry and bitter. These people are passing the riot today. 12 years ago, they were all ministers. They would have come to loot again. It would not give them opportunity to increase any salary in this country. They talk about whole day, homogenization. So they want to increase salary again to suffer the people. Sekou, we will stop them, we resist, the people will resist them.
You say you're going to give them 1 round.
1 round to the higher level, to the higher degree, we resist them. All the people that are making us because they're angry and bitter. People do not love Liberia. That's why they don't love Liberia. Think Liberia 40 years, 42 years paying government. They gave you better said if I say that you should say the vice president supervised the is that true? But I said, yeah, come out to give that old man. And he refused to supervise it. All of the money to lottery was sent to the office and Group of 77. The records are there, Sekou.
But why can't you share that with the media?
We'll do that. All of the money going to Group of 77 as any organization in that period. But I said it 12 years. Whether they ever receive a dime or a green arrest, a back arrest, besides Group of 77. As an organization. No. Today, our people are benefiting immensely from the little resources that we are providing. And what the Reverend says, Sekou, I shed tears. The old man said, I pray for George Weah. I pray for Joel Howard Taylor. We left almost close to 100 bags of rice at the hospital and all of the disabled organizations in our place. The Southeast, the first time in the history of Liberia, said the lottery was funded to benefit from the National Lottery Authority. Lofa, the first time, Lofa County, the first time, the only government yet. Bomi County, the only government. With the exception of Group of 77. Today, Group of 77, they would have made requests to us. So that when some bereaved men, we do church for them. So the fire parents, Reginald, you kind of send something to the place there, your parents want to match it, we'll do it. That time, all of the money were going there. All of the young girls were employed to Group of 77 by Joseph Bwaka. I will live with him. But there, the employment form is there, we'll bring it out.
Okay, so we'll follow up on that issue. Is there anything we didn't talk about you want to talk about it so we can call it a day on today's interview?
I just want to say thank you, Sekou, for the opportunity. The time and season is coming. This election will get heated. But I can assure you, Sekou, Nima County will be a battleground.
And you think the CDC will win?
CDC going to
we have it on record, though.
Nima County will be a battleground because our footprints are on the sense of time in Nima. All of the counties, Sekou, the little resources the government have, there's no money coming from out there. From our revenue we generate on a daily basis. They say with the case we find, you will know from
the eve. Okay.
You have billions of dollars a day, you do nothing with it. You say it's quite an opportunity to give you opportunity to serve. When you start asking if we do anything.
Okay, Mr. Nangbe, let me say thank you for coming, honoring the invite. We hope we can have these kinds of conversations always. Thank you very much.
And we pray to God, I pray soon that before elections, we will get the 90 blocking or the 590 rolling out.
Okay.
And the 590 is going to create, in the first 6 months, we're going to create 2,000 jobs. We're going to provide more than $5 million in revenue generation.
Wow.
By the grace of God. Yes. By the grace of God. In the first 1 year.
Okay.
In the first 1 year, I'm saying on record, we'll provide about $5 million in revenue generation.
Wow.
We'll get about 2,000 jobs. All across major towns and cities in the country. We pray to God that when the president comes back, we're going to do every other thing to get it rolled out. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. It's been a great time having you here tonight talking about the issues that matter, particularly from lottery and that of the government in totality. We want to say thank you very much. Honorable Regina Panangbe has been our guest. He's the head of the National Lottery Authority. Earlier on, we talked about some of the things from the opposition, Unity Party. Tomorrow we'll be back here on the show. My name is Sekou Sharif, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Telecel Liberia. Get your own Amazon Prime, Showmax, and more. At Telecel, our amazing 24-hour